So I had some time today and I said, you know what, let me pull the carburetors off that KZ and we'll see what we're dealing with. And what we're dealing with is, if you can see in this one, there is a lot of loose dirt, just dirt in there. Pulled as much of the jets out as I can. I still have one in here that this one right here that I cannot get out using standard methods. I think I'm just going to leave that one and try to work with it. But these bodies need cleaned up really good, and then everything else needs cleaned up. So if I can maybe get this into an ultrasonic, which I don't have, but I got a buddy who does. So maybe get this into an ultrasonic, get it cleaned up a little bit better. The tank itself is still producing a lot of rust. It's still pushing rust into the system, which is not helpful to this, and that's probably what a lot of that is. The jets themselves seem clean, so I'm going to go through and I'm going to try to fish through this body a little bit. Right here are some lines that I'm going to try to get into, get those cleaned out a little bit, and just do a little bit more taking it apart, cleaning it type stuff, because it just was running like crap. And this bike will be a fun bike when it's running good, but I just have not yet got it to that point. And I've just decided that I need to get into these carburetors a little bit more than what I'm used to, than what I'm comfortable with, just so that I can do a little bit more with them. So that's what I'm doing today. I still think a lot of the problems that I'm running into today stem from the rust that's coming through the tank. So we'll see how that all plays out. It is running. I can't get the idle to drop down on it. Definitely running better. Ooh, I don't know what that was. Definitely runs better than it did. The idle, I can't adjust with the idle screw. I can't get it to come down, so I got to mess with that. My rear brake is making noise like I don't like, and also it appears as if my brake light is on. Oh, okay. So I have an indicator up here that says stoplight. Well, what's happening is this is not, if you remember right, I put this on there to alleviate some of that issue, and I was thinking it was that pedal, but it's this one. So pretty happy overall. This motor has only got 5,000 miles on it, so it's barely run at all in its lifetime. What is it, 1980? It's like 41 years old at this point, and it's got 5,000 miles on it. Not even 4,900. So I got to do some adjusting and get some things tweaked a little bit, and I'm hoping that by running it like that, I can run some of that crud out of the tank. If I can keep it from building up in the carburetors, I'll be okay. What happened was Mike said that he got it running good and took it out and rode it for quite a bit, and he said it was a fun bike. So I imagine it was running like that when he was doing it, or when he was riding it. Gotta figure out that idle. That is driving me crazy. So I'll look into that and see if there's anything I could do with that without removing the carburetors. And obviously, I just realized that, so should be all right. We'll get it. Getting there. Okay. Turns out it was the throttle cable down here. It wasn't adjusted correctly, and it wasn't coming all the way down to rest, so it was sticking up. That's what the high idle was. My rear brake, until you know what, that's not tight, so let me tighten that up. It was me that built it, so there's a pretty good chance I just didn't tighten it up. Come on. So yeah, some dummy didn't tighten this up. Let me put it back on. Not quite as bad. Listen to that, man. That is beautiful. That's about 800, 900 RPM. Just sitting there chugging away. Sounds great. Let's go for a rip. Oh! Got good throttle response now. These kids don't pick their toys up. Makes for a nice obstacle course. Alright, now much smoother and more controlled and less chaotic than with the idle set where it was. Thanks for waiting, lady. Now, keep in mind, so far this summer I've put 8,000 miles on my Harley Davidson and like almost 0 miles on a vintage Japanese motorcycle, so I'm gonna be rusty on this thing. The two, even though they're motorcycles, they handle very differently. That's the way it's supposed to run right there. That is beautiful. I will at some point hook my GPS on my phone up to see if my speedo is correct. If you remember right, if you watched my other video on this one, I did just kind of zip tie it in there to keep it where it needed to be. And that's where the Harley and the Hondas are quite different. In that type of turn right there. This thing's running beautiful. Just amazing. Could not be happier with it. I know it all comes down to the fuel and the garbage that's coming out of this tank. And I'm working on it. I'm trying to get that stuff taken care of. There's some other little things like this brake thing. I'm not crazy about that. think it should do a little bit better than that. I am still feeling a little bit of hesitation in more so than what I should be feeling. Yeah, I know I'm on a bike and wearing shorts. Yeah, it's not bad. Like right now I'm doing 60, I'm fine with that. Get the stance back here. I really should have put a mirror on so I could see behind me. Not too much traffic on this road. This is my test run road. Now it looks like we're going to get behind the garbage truck. That's just wonderful. Rear brakes are working good. Front brake. Front brake feels a little soft, to be quite honest with you. Might turn that idle up just a little. Boy, too bad they don't have smell-o-vision. You'd appreciate that garbage truck. Wow. I think this is great. This thing is running really well. I'm not saying it's running 100% or as great as it should, but it is a big step up from what it was running. It just, you know, it was just falling on its face and it just didn't have anything. And it is definitely running the way it should right now. I really want to try to run some fuel through it, and hopefully that keeps the rust out of it. Hopefully I got the carburetors cleaned out enough that the little bit that does enter isn't going to be that big a deal. We'll see. Because what happened, Mike had it, went through the carburetors, and I get it back. He said he ran it all day. He's got a more private road than this even, and he said he ran it all day, and it ran great for him all day. And I got it back and it wouldn't even start. So what had happened, and that was previous to me going through and cleaning chunks out of, which way do I want to go? Let's go this way. That was previous to me cleaning chunks out of the gas tank, and I'm still getting some rusty residual in my fuel, but it's not chunks, and that's really what I found in the bowl of that one carburetor was chunks. So really feel like I'm all hunched over just because I don't know why. I hate these handlebars. I'm not saying I want a big gold link handlebar on it like I like, but I just do not like these at all. Pulling 60 miles an hour at 5,000 RPMs. That's really not too shabby. You just got to remember to bump that brake handle back. I think I'm going to go clear down to the end of this road and then turn around, because I have to be careful of my path today. It's not missing a beat. It is not missing a beat at all. It's not sputtering, it's not coughing or choking or anything. It's doing phenomenal. And this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted from a bike. I wanted this. I wanted this bike to do this. 60 miles an hour, I'm fine with this. I can commute on this. 5 years ago, this would have been my commute, but it is not anymore. noticed this road this summer, early this summer. I think it was the spring, because I come back this way commuting one day. And I hate riding the same routes. So I have a couple routes I like to ride over to work on, and a couple I like to ride back on. This is not a speed demon. It is not a screaming machine. But you know what? It's pretty doggone smooth. And it's holding 60 miles an hour, no problem. I'm not going to try top speed in anything right now. Simply because it's got really old dry rotted tires on it. I really shouldn't be riding it anyways, but I'm used to the Harley. It tells me when I'm in 6th gear. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm in 6th gear. This has got a 6-speed transmission, so that, you know, I'm only running 4,500 miles or 4,500 RPMs at 55, which isn't bad. We apparently are going way too fast at 55, so we got to make sure we're only doing 50 on this road. Oh, there's trash in the road. You seen him swerve and I didn't know why. Oh, great. What do we got going on up here? Road work. I'm going to turn around right here. I ain't got nobody behind me. I don't need to go clear to the end. It's not necessarily my destination. They're working on the road up there. I'm not messing with it. You know, I can turn this bike, you know, in a lane and a half. But for some reason, listen to that. Turn like a kitten. This is smooth. My goodness. We'll crank it up a little bit, see what we can do. 6th gear. There's 70 pretty easily. You know, it is only a 440. I'm okay with 70 miles an hour. I probably will rarely do that. My wrists hurt. I really need some new handlebars. These suck. It is a matter of, handlebars are one of those things. It's a matter of personal preference. And this was the style in the 80s, was this pullback chopper. I don't know. I can't stand them. I want something where my wrist is open flat like that. That's the kind of handlebar I want. The 440 I sold had a nice set of straight across handlebars, and riding that bike was nice. Woo! Let's see who would win. KZ440 oil truck. This thing is great. I love this thing. This thing is awesome. Now, if it just stays this way, I'm thinking I might be okay. I'm at least on the back end of this. I may have to pull carbs again, but I think the issue was that it was letting a lot of large pieces into the carburetors. I do have an inline filter in it. I'm not sure what micron it is. It's just like a standard lawnmower type filter, so it's probably not as heavy as it should be. But I could ride this thing just like this. You know, my boys right now are riding classic Yamahas and Hondas. And it feels a little weird getting on the Harley with them, even though that's my bike. You know, so if we were to go out together for the day, I would love to take this bike with them so that I'm a little more matched with what they're riding and more in line with that. And this, to sit on this thing for a couple hours, I don't have a problem with it. Like if my route down Pine River Road over to St. Louis, round trip it's about 2 hours. You know, we go over there, usually we'll stop somewhere, get gas, or get McDonald's or something to eat when we're over there. But it is That's a nice ride. Not with these handlebars, but it would be a nice ride. I'm definitely loving this little bike. This I don't think I have any more windscreens. Just straight ones that I could put on it. I had a couple, and I think I sold one and I let one go with a bike, so I'm not gonna say the front brakes are fantastic, but they work. I don't think I got anybody behind me. Nope, good. Yeah, look around the cornfield here. This is the way it should run. I'm up to 60, no problem. 6 gear. It's cranking right up there the way it should. This is all I want from it. I think this is great. I think this is fun. Oh, there's a nice old 79. Oh yeah, I've seen that one around. I like that truck a lot. Round headlights means it's a 78, but the round headlights did run into 79 in the early part of production. And then they went to square. There's your Ford fact for the day. Oh, my Speedo just quit. I'm gonna have to find a cable for that. I don't know why that one doesn't fit. The 80 and the 83, the mechanical drive had the same size thing on it, and the one I ordered, it won't fit in there. So I have to come up with a better fix for it. I hate to order another cable and have it not fit either, so somewhere it came apart. Probably kicked out of that drive because I just had it zip tied in there. I have to come up with a better something for it. I'm very pleased right now. I was really frustrated, and I've been wanting to get back on this bike and get it to this point. Wow, that is so much easier on this than it is on that Harley. Not trying to balance 800 pounds in between my legs. See, I tried to sell this at a yard sale. Nobody, like, I had zero interest in it. And it's a shame. I'm glad I didn't sell it because I'm having a blast right now. This is fun. This to me is just fun. So I'm really glad I didn't sell it, but that is ultimately why I bought it, was to get it going and to do all this stuff to it and then sell it. Yeah, I got enough problems in my life. I don't need a snowmobile. Snowmobiles and boats. Say what you want about motorcycles, but I can't have all three. I could probably do one, and I pick motorcycles, so. All right, back into the hometown. Listen to that. Just sitting there idle, and it was idling a little bit high. I might have to turn it down. I thought I was going to have to turn it up. The Speedo was working. I got 13 miles on it before it quit. Definitely fun. Definitely fun. barbaric. I have to manually cancel the turn signals. I'm a little bit spoiled right now. Oh man, my wrist really hurts. These bars have got to go. I know. Oh, he traded his four-wheel drives for boats. Not a fan of the Gladiator trucks. I think I'm gonna put this video up, chop it up, get it up. This is not by any means the final anything on this bike, but feel that pull. Wow. Everything I did today needs done on the CX, so I'm feeling pretty confident that I can get the CX where it needs to be. The CX is Alex's bike, and it's running like total garbage. It ran great like twice, and then it just has gotten worse. And I know it's exactly the same thing that this thing had going on. So I'll get that taken care of. I'm feeling a little more confident with this. That's what I was waiting for right there. That was fun. That was a fun ride. Man, I'm glad I did that. Yeah, there is oil in it. What's going on with the Speedo? Did it indeed come out down here? It kind of feels like it's still in there. It come out somewhere, so I'll look at it. Like I said, I'm going to chop this video up, get it up, just as a good run of this bike, because that was a good run. That's what I was hoping for. But I am by no means done with this bike. It definitely needs tires. And the clunk, I tightened that nut up there that somebody forgot to tighten up on that holding bracket, and it took the clunk out of it, which was nice. The Speedo needs some attention, and tomorrow I come out and start it. Is it going to run like that, or is it going to run like crap again? I don't know. So I'm done with it for today, but I'm not done with this bike at all. This bike, it definitely needs new handlebars because my left wrist is just killing me. But everything else is like really coming together. A little tweak in here, in there, and it will be ready to go. So I'm done for right now. So this is Jeff at 650 Cycle signing off, and ride safe.